times, I'm sure, during your years here when things felt dry and colorless, felt like you were tumbling around without real purpose or direction. But today, we come around the bend and we find you in bloom, diverse, lovely, such a splendid gift to our spirits. You are young and not so young, from city and farm, mountain and flatland. You are, some of you, reserved, others exuberant, some methodical, others spontaneous. Muslim and Christian, Somali and Scandinavian, of different academic disciplines and professional intent, people of diverse faith, race, language, and ethnicity, political and social philosophy. You are each one a thinker, a writer, a problem solver, a scholar, each expressing in your unique and beautifully colorful way the talents that God has given you. Together, you reflect our most lavish dream about education at St. Catherine. You're like flowers in the Arizona desert, a whole meadow of them, in fact, flowers that delight when you come around the bend and unexpectedly discover them. You're definitely more like desert flowers, ones that sprout with persistence and grace in the most unexpected and inhospitable places. They splash across dry deserts and polka dot the roadside. Like them, we have seen you take root and bloom in marvelous ways that make us glad. The gospel, the story of the lilies and the ravens, suggests that you are most beautiful when you are most yourself, and how being so pleases God immensely. This is an important message, one you might be tempted to reject, because somehow you have narrowed your definition of beauty as to render it barren and exclusive, as perhaps leaving you out. But your logic would be off there. The beauty that God cherishes is your own, not someone else's. This is a subtle message in this gospel, that you are beautiful, that you belong and are cherished and cared for, and that through all your uniqueness, your flaws, and your promise, you reflect the very God who created you. Through you, God is and will be manifested in lovely ways, in your imagination set free, in the personal spirit that you bring into your close relationships, through your passions that you transform into meaningful work. So there's a lot to celebrate this morning. Certainly each one of you, your high achievement, your degrees, earned from the largest and most comprehensive college for women in the hemisphere. And most importantly, your potential, your promise, and the unshakable confidence we have in you. So what are you going to do with all this beauty, all this color, all this potential? Because even as we rejoice today and center our grandest hope in your capable hands and hearts, there's a lot to worry about in the world. At the center of that concern is the serious struggle of women worldwide. And along with that concern comes the responsibility and determination to do something about it. One does not have to look far to find evidence of the disturbing plight of women and girls across the globe. Sex trafficking and economically induced prostitution, the kidnapping of girls, schoolgirls in Nigeria, the shooting of a young female scholar in Afghanistan, gender-based violence, including honor killings, even in our own cities, mutilations and mass rape, and maternal mortality worldwide, which claims a woman a minute. Within our own country and church, certainly many challenges, many that need the head and the hands and the hearts of women. Some 500 years ago, Teresa of Avila, the great Spanish mystic and doctor of the church, my hands-down favorite saint, said this: "To be a woman in the church is enough to make my wings fall off." Teresa was referring to 16th century church who said things to her and of her like, "Let them stick to their spinning." Churchmen, like the papal nuncio who described Teresa, who was one of the giants of the spiritual life over all times, as a restless gadabout, a disobedient and contumacious woman who invented wicked doctrines and devotions. And he was talking here about her promotion of contemplative prayer. And women who left their cloisters, he said, against the mandate of the Council of Trent, to teach others as if she could be a teacher. Not much has changed. If you want to know what St. Teresa did, though, in the face of such disturbing struggle, such deep impasse, it was this: deep reflection, firm resolve, and time spent writing the interior castle, arguably among the best, most profound and enduring pieces of spiritual writing ever produced. She did not back down. She did not leave the church. She did not start her own church. She did not start an open rebellion. Instead, she persisted and opened herself to dialogue with others who may not have agreed with her. And in the end, intelligence, conviction, and goodness won out, even if it happened after she had died. Solutions to the problems we face in the world will be difficult and complex. They will be in your hands, part of your responsibility. You are now among the world's elite, empowered and educated women. With that comes responsibility. So how to engage in this kind of work and sustain it throughout your life? Elegant solutions will come most often through collective action, working together, after long and careful thought about possible solutions and the implications of those choices. That takes time and patience. You must learn how to be still, how to engage in contemplation in the face of impasse, how to be a reconciling and quietly challenging presence, how to stay in for the long haul. You must know when to act, when to take yourself seriously, and when to hold your own opinions lightly. You must toughen up and always seek like-minded souls. This is what will allow us to move women from brothel slavery to becoming successful entrepreneurs, from street begging to shop owners, from being grieving mothers of dead children to confident teachers, from being weak and without options to becoming strong and resolute and connected. When we think about the lilies and the ravens in the gospel, the temptation is to think that God will do it all. No personal effort required. No, the stern discipline of hard work both reveals strength and refines it. Such is the discipline that you've learned to practice here. For not even stratospheric intelligence, and we have some of that here, will earn you a degree from St. Catherine University unless it is accompanied by hard work and openness to deeper truth than even the most brilliant mind can know by itself. So work hard at this, because at some point in your life, you will experience, like St. Teresa, what it means to be buried in a dark place without light or apparent exit, a place where growth and joy seem choked off. It may be a broken relationship or a dream dashed, a promotion you do not get, perhaps a child who disappoints, or the cold iron of betrayal. Perhaps it will come from the loss of a job, or worse, the loss of someone you love. At those times, you will be tempted to reject the gospel message. After all, if God really cared like the reading says he does for the birds and the lilies, this would not happen. You must remember then that you do reflect God's image. You know that, and so that you know you are strong and good. Such strength is not fleeting, it endures and begs to be shared. You can trust it. Made in the image and likeness of God is truth that you can rely on. It is for real. So even if your best dream raven is shot from the sky, and even if the lily of your passion and deep desire to right the world is mowed down, blooms will still be alive, and the young birds you train in the nest, ready to fly. So consider the lilies, and pierce the concrete of human struggle and need with your knowledge, your goodness, and your amazing skills. And when, as Teresa says, you have dismissed the serpents of vanity and greed, conquered the lizards of self-importance, and lulled the monkey mind to sleep, your steps will be lighter. When you have given up everything to make a friend a cup of tea and tend to her broken heart, stood up against the violation of innocent children and their fathers and mothers, and made conscious choices to live simply and honor the heart, your steps will be lighter. So in the years ahead, may your steps be light, your mind full of ideas and resolve, and your heart full of passion that cannot and will not be deterred.
As they strive to be responsible stewards of the power, the people, and the land entrusted to their care. For graduates who go forth to lead and influence.
O God of love unsurpassing, we place our needs and concerns before you in faith. Hear us, be present to us, and as we begin a new chapter in our lives, may we be agents for healing and peace in our world. Through Christ our Lord.